in 8,000 lines, Reba. A humble revision of the wonderful achievement of the late Dr. Edward Conze, now of the 21st century. By Richard Babcock. Chapter 3. Reverence for the receptacle of the perfections, which holds immeasurable good qualities. 1. Worldly advantages of perfect wisdom. The Lord sees these gods assembled and seated, and the monks, nuns, laymen and laywomen assembled and seated, and he speaks thus to these gods. Mara and his hosts are unable to harm anyone taking up this perfection of wisdom, bearing this in mind, teaching, studying or spreading this. Humans and ghosts alike are unable to harm these. Nor do these die untimely deaths. Any deities setting out for full enlightenment, but not yet having hold of this perfection of wisdom, as these approach any person who does so and listen, these also take up, bear in mind, teach, study, and spread this perfection of wisdom. A person devoted to this perfection of wisdom certainly experiences no fear, one certainly never becomes stiff with fright, whether one be in a forest, at the foot of a tree, in an empty shed, an open place, a road, a highway, or the woods, or on any ocean. The four great kings, it is wonderful, O Lord, any beings taking up, bearing in mind, etc., this perfection of wisdom, for these disciplined beings in the three vehicles, and yet do not perceive any being. We, O Lord, do protect such a person. Sakra, Brahma and other gods likewise promise to protect any follower of perfect wisdom. Sakra, it is wonderful, O Lord, by taking up, etc., this perfection of wisdom, one gains many advantages even here and now. Does one, taking up perfection of wisdom, take up all the 6 perfections? The Lord, yes. And further, by taking up, etc., perfection of wisdom, one gains advantages even here and now. Listen attentively, as I now teach you which ones these are. So be it, Lord, replied the gods. The Lord, the quarrels, contentions and contradictions of any opposing this Dharma simply vanish away, the intentions of opponents remains unfulfilled. It is a fact for any followers taken hold of by perfect wisdom such disputes simply vanish away, and do not abide. This is one advantage even here and now. Here, we have an herb, magi by name, which is a cure for all poison. Suppose a viper, famished, is to see a creature and pursue it, following the scent, in order to eat it, but now, this creature goes to a patch of magi and stands here, we know the smell of the herb causes the snake to turn back. As the healing quality of this herb is so powerful it overpowers the viper's poison, just so do quarrels, contentions and contradictions to which any follower of perfect wisdom is exposed, become stilled, appeased through this piercing flame of perfect wisdom, through its power, its strength, through impregnation with its power. These simply vanish and neither grow nor abide. And why? It is perfect wisdom which appeases all evil, from ordinary greed to seizing on nirvana, and does not increase it. And these gods and all these Buddhas, and all these Bodhisattvas, protect this follower of perfect wisdom. This is an advantage even here and now. And further, the speech of any follower of perfect wisdom is acceptable, soft, measured and adequate. Wrath and conceit do not overpower such as these. As one concentrates with diligence to reveal such facts in one's life, perfect wisdom tames and transforms this one. Wrath and conceit does not increase. Neither enmity nor ill will take hold of one such as this, not even a tendency towards these. One turns mindful and friendly. Such a one reflects, as I foster ill will in myself, my faculties go to pieces, such that any features beneficial to any and all beings are consumed, and it is in any case quite illogical as I, being set out for full enlightenment and aspiring to train myself for such, might allow myself to come under the sway of wrath. In this way one quickly regains one's mindfulness. This is another advantage even here and now. Sakra, it is wonderful how this perfection of wisdom is set up for the control and training of the Bodhisattvas. The Lord, well, even further Kausika, as any follower of perfect wisdom may go into battle, even to the very front of it, one such could not possibly lose one's life in it. It is impossible for one to lose one's life from the attack of somebody else. If someone strikes this one, with sword, or stick, or clod of earth, or anything else, one's body cannot be hit. As a great lore is this perfection of wisdom, a lore without measure, a quite measureless lore, an unsurpassed lore, a lore which equals the unequaled is this perfection of wisdom. As one trains oneself in this lore, one is intent neither on disturbing one's own peace, nor others. The Bodhisattva, the great being training in this lore, uncovers and reveals full enlightenment, gains the gnosis of all-knowing. This is another advantage here and now. Further, as here or wherever this perfection of wisdom is written down in a book, and is put up and worshipped, where it is taken up, borne in mind, etc., any beings so engaged can come to no harm, except as inclined towards such for past deeds. This is another advantage even here and now. Just the same too, Kausika, humans and ghosts go to the terrace of enlightenment, or to its neighborhood, or its interior, or to the foot of the tree of enlightenment, and cannot be hurt by humans or ghosts, or be injured by these, or taken possession of, even with the help of evil animal beings, except for in compensation for former deeds. In this, these past, future, and present Tathagatas come to uncover and reveal their enlightenment, and in this, promoting and revealing to these beings fearlessness, lack of hostility, lack of fright. Just so Kausika, any place in which one takes up, bears in mind, etc., perfection of wisdom, in it beings cannot be hurt by beings. Perfection of wisdom makes any spot of earth wherever it is into a true shrine for beings, worthy of being worshipped and adored, into a shelter for beings coming to it, a refuge, a place to rest and final relief. This is another advantage here and now. 2. The cult of perfect wisdom compared with the cult of the Buddhists. Sakra, suppose here are two persons. One of these two, a son or daughter of good family, has written down this perfection of wisdom, made a copy of it, this one now puts it up, and honors, reveres, worships, and adores this with heavenly flowers, incense, perfumes, wreaths, unguents, aromatic powders, strips of cloth, parasols, banners, bells, flags, with rows of lamps all round, and with manifold kinds of worship. The other deposits in stupas relics of the Tathagata, having gone to parinirvana. This one takes hold of these and preserves these, honors, worships and adores these with heavenly flowers, incense, etc., as the other does. Which one of these two, O Lord, would beget greater merit? The Lord, I question you on this point, and you may answer to the best of your ability. The Tathagata, as acquiring and knowing full enlightenment or all-knowledge, in which practice does the Tathagata train in order for such an all-knowledge personality to have been revealed? Sakra, it is in just this perfection of wisdom the Tathagata acquires and knows full enlightenment or all knowledge. The Lord, so, the Tathagata does not derive any name from the fact one acquires this physical personality, but from the fact one acquires all knowledge. And this all knowledge of Tathagatas comes forth as a result of taking up just this perfection of wisdom. The physical personality of Tathagatas, on the other hand, is the result of the skill in means of perfection of wisdom. And this very sameness is a sure foundation for acquisition of cognition of all-knowing by others. Supported by this foundation, the revelation of cognition of all-knowing takes place, the revelation of Buddha body, of Dharma body, and of Sangha body. Acquisition of the physical personality is thus the cause of cognition of all-knowing. As a sure foundation of whatever cognition it has for all beings, become a true shrine, worthy of being saluted respectfully, of being honored, revered and adored. Once thus gone to parinirvana, my relics also are worshipped. It is for this reason the person copying and worshipping perfection of wisdom begets a different type of merit. For, in doing so, this one worships cognition of all-knowing. The son or daughter of good family, having made a copy of the perfection of wisdom, and worshipping it, begets different merit. For by